It shows just a very powerful brand and something that we've worked hard on the field to be able to establish that, not just being a catchphrase, but truly being a reality in college football and the landscape of what we're doing. I'm honored to be a coach in this league, and I think when you look at the talent, not only of the football teams, but of the individual players, I mean, it's a remarkable league. Some dynamic coaches, dynamic players. It's definitely it's a fun one to be a part of.
You kind of changed the game a little bit. I don't know if necessarily you saw it, but from the outside looking in, you decided to stay. There's a lot of coaches through the years that have gone on the quote-unquote Power 5, have come into the American and looked at some coaches and whatnot. You decided to have an extension at Memphis and commit to that. What made you do it, and just what you can say about staying within the conference when a lot of coaches had left?
Well, I mean, I think it shows commitment from our university, and they've committed to what we're doing, where we're trying to go. It's like I said, this is a very competitive league. It's a fun league to coach in. I feel like we've got a bright future, and our best days ahead are here at Memphis. And so, when you have that type of commitment from the university, our president, the board of trustees, it's something that we don't take lightly. We know we got a big responsibility to put a first-class product on the field, not just with what we're doing between the white lines, but also what we're doing off the field and within the community. And so, being a part of this program is something that that I'm excited about. And like I said, I think we've got a great future in front of us.
We see contracts and extensions happen all the time, and it comes and goes, and you'll see an 8-year deal, and the coach will be there just for 1 year. How committed do you feel to this Memphis program and to really living up to seeing the best years to come in Memphis?
Well, I think it's something that everybody can talk about it. It really truly does come down to your actions, and that's where it's been fun for me to be able to recruit guys, like Patrick Taylor, Pop Williams, Dustin Woodard, three of the guys that are here with us at Media Day. I had to answer that question when I was first recruited them 4 years ago, and what it would look like, and to be able to see them come in and play every year of their career, and then to go in their senior year knowing that we've been a part of the journey together has been pretty special. And so I'm excited about our future. I think that the sky's the limit for our program. We're going to continue to push, continue to try to recruit at an elite level, and I think if we can do that, great things are ahead.
We look at the fact Darrell Henderson, just what he's been able to do. He gets picked up by the Rams, and relatively early. So my thought process, and if anybody has obviously seen him play, he has power, and that once he breaks out of the hole, he's got speed. So it looks like he's going to have potentially an illustrious career there, and if Gurley's health and whatnot. What can you say about Darrell Henderson and just what he brings to the table? Because I've gotten to see him firsthand, and at the AAC championship game, he just was playing lights out.
Well, he's a dynamic player, and he's a guy that had a great career. He was there at Memphis for 3 years, and each year had those special plays that will always be remembered. But I think he also went to a wonderful situation, and an offense that suits his skill set. One that he can go in there and kind of play side by side with a great back like Todd Gurley, and very very similar explosive type runners. He's going to have a great NFL career, and I was grateful that he went to the right situation. Much like Tony Pollard, who was taken to the Cowboys in the 4th round, and we ended up having 2 of the top 11 running backs taken. We're Memphis Tigers, and something we take a great deal of pride in. But both those guys went to the right situation, and we think have got incredible futures.
Fantasy football owners, should they take a chance on Darrell Henderson?
Oh, I draft him early.
Fair enough. Now, you being a part of this mission, and we've talked about it, and you've talked about it here today, what Memphis is, what it can be. When Justin Fuente was there, he helped to build something. You have built something as well. Just what you could say about these last few years before you got there, and what you've done now to really put Memphis on the map, where you are competing with the quote-unquote Power 5, and you're playing in the football championship game for the AAC, and obviously playing in bowl games.
Yeah, it's something something we're excited about. And there's been a lot of work that's gone into it, and Coach Fuente and his staff did a really nice job. Flipping the culture and expectations there, and then we came in. It was a challenge. I mean, you're replacing a great coach, but also a first-round draft pick quarterback. There were a lot of question marks, but I've been excited about how we've been able to recruit. To continue to elevate the program and the brand nationally to where we are competing for championships, year in and year out, and that's something we want to continue with, and we want that to be the expectation. It's a challenge each and every season to do that, especially in a very competitive league. But it's something that we take a great deal of pride in, and it's definitely been a lot of hands that have gone into it. But we're glad that we're getting the chance to take part of it now.
Is there any joking that goes on with Memphis and UCF, kind of just saying, "Hey guys, we'll see you back in the championship game"?
Well, I know that they're not. We've played them 4 times the last couple of years, so we know if we get to play them this year, it'll be a good thing. So we're going to work hard to hopefully have that opportunity. But it's a program that's represented our conference well, and we played some extremely competitive games against them, and we're hopeful that experience is going to kind of help push us here moving forward to what we want to do and where we want to go.
What is it about your vision and your mission? What can you say to kind of pull yourself out of it and have that perspective of what you say? What is it that you do, how you act, what you say, what you go about, maybe the words that you put together that make it special, because you've had a lot of success here. You've represented Memphis well. The guys believe in you in recruiting. They believe in you on the field. What is it in your opinion?
It's a lot of people talk about a family, and a lot of people talk about having that type of atmosphere, but we want to be all inclusive in everything we do. You can talk about the wins that have gone on the field, and that's something that we're proud of, but when you look at what we're doing off the field, I mean, we've had, I think, three of the last 4 semesters all-time program highs in our student athletes graduate or GPAs. The way that we're graduating our players, the impact that we're having within the community. Kids are coming into our program and they're truly growing into men, and they're setting themselves up for success after their playing days are over with, and they're getting opportunities to be showcased, to go to the National Football League, to be draft picks, to compete for championships. And so I've got to be the greatest example to our football team, and I tell them, just like I told them when I got the job there, I never asked them to trust me. I just asked for an opportunity to show that I was trustworthy, and it's something that each and every day, that's the approach I try to take. And if I can go out there and be the example for them, then it gives us an opportunity to continue to grow.
To spin back to the conference, we know that UConn will be exiting it at some point. Coaches and players, not really their decision. It's something that happens at the top. What can you say about Randy Edsall, your relationship with him, just kind of what he's been?
I've got to know Coach Edsall the last few years with him being back in the league, and a lot of respect for him as a coach. And I think his track record speaks for itself, and he's going to continue to grow their program, regardless of what direction it goes. In regards to leagues and things like that, but he's a good football coach. It's a good program, and I wish him all the best.
How do you kind of handle it could just be 11, it could turn into just one full conference, not having divisions? Would you like to see balance of 12? How do you look at it as a coach?
It really doesn't matter to me. I mean, I know we've got a great brand. We've got competitive teams in our league. The thing I don't want to do is I wouldn't want to water down our league by bringing somebody that didn't fit the standard of what we've tried to accomplish. And so I'm excited about the group that we have moving forward. And if there's somebody that can come in that can enhance it, then I'm all for it as well. So we're gonna put together the right plan for this conference and the teams that it represent it.
And lastly, you said the standard. You don't want to water it down. You want them to fit the standard of the American. What is the standard?
Competitive nationally. Regardless of who you're playing, where you're playing, that you're gonna see programs that are committed to progressing, and that's something that's important. The steps that have been taken within our league, to all the teams. I mean, you see that growth. You see a competitive approach to what coaches are in this league, the players that are being recruited, what we're doing facility wise. I mean, that's something that's important for the future of the American Conference, and I think we're doing a great job. job with that.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
it as
Really
always.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.